What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerome, and I am coming to you with the review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 11. This is episode 11, and it is titled Sex, Lies, and Therapy. Damn, I can't even believe we're on episode 11. Or like we are halfway. We are almost at the midway point of the season. Like, damn, 11 episodes. It's been a really good season so far. I have heard some things about season 12, even though we are not at that point yet, but I know they are trying to get Phaedra back and they're trying to get Kenya back. Two people of which I'm not, I guess I'm gonna be cool with seeing Phaedra back, but I just don't know if I will be 100% here for seeing Kenya back. But we'll see. So, before we even get started with the review, I do have a little behind the scenes stuff to talk about because, just want to talk about it. So I was scrolling through my YouTube feed this weekend, actually today to be quite honest with you. I was scrolling through it and I came up, I know Candy has this YouTube channel that she does, and she talks about the show just like the rest of us do. Tammy had her little thing that she did. Dr. Heavenly has her thing that she talks about with the Married to Medicine girls. And then Candy has hers with this. So, a lot of us last week had talked about how kind of odd that it was that Bravo was not there filming Todd's birthday party. So on Candy's YouTube channel, she said that the reason why there was no footage of it because she didn't have she told production not to come to film the party because she wanted it to be drama free without the cameras, which I was like, okay, if you say so. And then she also goes on to say that when it came down to Porsha coming to the party, that she did not know that Porsha was coming to the party. She didn't find out that Porsha was coming to the party, maybe a day before the party was scheduled to happen. And she also stated that when it came to Jamie was at the party because Jamie works for her and Jamie does the marketing for her, I guess. When she has her parties, Jamie takes the pictures and, she films everything. So I guess that's why, Candy would want to say that Jamie was following Porsha around, but whatever. Now, so the episode this week, it picked up where last week's episode left off with, which was with Candy and Porsha arguing back and forth with one another. So, they finally got those two to stop arguing with each other. And you had Porsha, she was inside the house with, I think it was Marlo and Tanya. And she was just telling Marlo and Tanya that, when she did reach out to Candy did not, text her back or anything like that. And also, Candy did say in her review that she said that the reason why she didn't text Porsha back was one, because she was just having a good time. And, she didn't think anything of it. She wasn't really looking at her phone for one. And also she said, what else did she say? Oh, that Jamie didn't have the authority to kick anybody out of her party. Oh, and speaking of Candy, so I don't know if a lot of people know this, but so I know a lot of people don't watch Big Brother, but I am a huge Big Brother fan. So there is a celebrity edition of Big Brother. It's the second season because last season they had Omarosa on there. They had Brandy Glanville from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They had Ross Matthews. They had, who else? Keisha Knight Pulliam. Oh God, I will never get over Keisha Knight and her depleting breast milk. So, long story short, to talk about Celebrity Big Brother. So we are on season 2 now, and the cast reveal just happened earlier this morning. So we found out that Tamar Braxton, of all people, is in the Big Brother house, and also Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta will be in a Celebrity Big Brother house. So if anybody is interested in watching Celebrity Big Brother, it premieres on CBS on January the 21st, which is a month, whatever day that is, but it premieres on January 21st. So if anybody's interested at all in seeing Candy, seeing Tamar, which I am not interested in seeing Tamar, but I'm like I said, I'm a Big Brother fan, so I'm gonna watch it regardless. But that's what it is. If you want to check it out, like I said, January 21st, CBS. Check your local listings for it. And, so the thing about, if you are not familiar with Big Brother, because I know I saw a lot of people who said, from in the Real Housewives of Atlanta hashtag, like, what is Big Brother? So Big Brother is a reality game show where they take the normal premise for Big Brother is they take people from different states, different parts of the United States, different ethnicities, different nationalities and whatnot. They put them in a house for 3 months. They fight for power. Whoever makes it to the end of the game ends up winning $500,000, and the other person wins $50,000. And like I said, there are competitions. There are competitions each week. You have the head of household. You have the veto competition. And whoever wins head of household, they nominate 2 people for eviction. And then whoever plays, the 2 nominees play for the power of veto. I can't believe I'm talking about Big Brother in my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I guess it's because it wasn't really much of this episode. But, the 2 house guests play for veto. They draw chips of people to play for them. Whoever wins that veto, they have the option to veto one of the head of household nominations. If they happen to veto the nomination, they want whoever comes off the block. If anyone comes off the block, then the head of household has to nominate someone else in their place. And once they nominate their person in their place, nominations are set. And on Thursday night, it's the live eviction where Julie Chen Moonves, she talks to the house guests. They cast their votes to evict live. Whoever's evicted goes home. Now, there's a halfway point. Once they make it to the halfway point, everyone goes to the jury house, and the jury of 9 is the one who votes for the winner of Big Brother. In a nutshell, that's Big Brother in a nutshell. So, like I said, if you guys are interested in it, check it out. So, back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I went off on a tangent with that when I didn't mean to, but if you can't tell, I love Big Brother. I love Big Brother. Like, I audition for that shit every year, which I think I'm going to audition again this year. I think this is going to be the last year that I audition for because I'm about to be 30. So, time to move on with something else in my life. So, back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, we got Candy. She's out there talking to Nene, and I know she was talking to Nene. I think Shamari was out there, and I know Cynthia was out there. So basically, in a nutshell, Candy is just talking about, she's cool with being in a group setting with Porsha, but as far as her extending any kind of invite to Porsha, she's done with it. And I'm like, okay, if you say so, Candy. And I know Candy on her her YouTube, she was talking about, people want to blame her. But my thing is, I get that you say you didn't know Porsha was coming to your party until the day before, but even still, what was Jamie's purpose in bringing the other girl to the party? Like, I still don't understand that whole part. What was Jamie's reasoning for bringing that girl? She obviously knew who you extended an invite to. So, whatever. So then, they all get on back together. So Cynthia and Candy were having this conversation. And again, Candy emphasized that she's just done with it. So, then they finally go to eat. So they go down to Tanya's, Tanya, but it's spelled Tanya. I'm just going to call the girl Tanya. I don't give a fuck. So they go down to Tanya's Hibachi Grill, and they had a food. It's hot in there. Porsha steps out of there because she's so hot, and Nene goes to check on her. And Nene's like, "So, do you think you're gonna tell the other girls that you're pregnant?" And Porsha just like, with all the shit that just happened with Candy, I didn't even want to go there. So right now I just think that I'm gonna keep it to myself. So like I said, they were in the Hibachi Grill, but like I said, it was hot. So Tanya was like, if you're hot, we can go upstairs. And we all know Candy, when it comes to food, Candy's mouth does not shy away from a fork. She was already eating her food, so Candy was like, I'm good right now. And then Shamari was talking about her fucking rice. So Shamari stayed downstairs and ate her food. So then they go upstairs, and somebody asked him the question of how did Tanya and Eva come up with this. And it came up because, like last week, they were talking about the whole trip to Destin and, the bachelorette party with Eva. And, Tanya then mentioned how, when they were talking about her presentation for the fashion show for Bitch Stole My Look, how, she was talking about the Swag Boutique sunglasses were on a low end, which, bitch, they are on a low end. No shade to Nene, but those glasses are not high end, Christian Dior glasses, whoever else, Dolce and Gabbana, they're not high-end fashion glasses, so chill out. And Tanya apologized to Nene. I'm like, shit, Better you than me, because I want to apologize to her for that. Like, she wasn't throwing no shade or nothing. I don't know how, and I just don't get how Nene took it in that way. But Nene tries to play it off like it wasn't nothing to her. But bitch, you were in your interview talking mad shit. Oh Lord, help me. Oh shit. God damn. Y'all, oh, this nigga put out a whole knife on this little girl. Y'all, I'm sitting here watching Dirty John. Oh shit. And he stabbed her. Oh. I'm gonna have to mute this and pause this because it's gonna call my attention away from this video. But like I said, what was I saying? What did I say? Oh, Tanya, she was apologizing to her. But I just, I don't think Tanya should apologize to Nene because it wasn't nothing that significant to me. And it shouldn't have been nothing that significant to Nene. And then, what else? Oh, God. After this, I'm going to have to get up and pause this because this has my attention for some odd reason. So, where was I? I lost my train of thought again. Shit. Y'all forgive me for this video. Oh, Eva. We were talking about Eva. We're going to Eva. So, yeah, I'm going to have to pause this when I get, yeah. So Eva, she stabbed him in the eye. I wasn't expecting that. And oh God. So Eva, she was talking about how she wanted to make this up to Nene because, she didn't invite Nene on her trip, whatever. And then Porsha's like, well, and they were talking about shade. And, Eva, once again, we're talking about Eva being shady. And, Porsha's like, Eva, you be forgetting your shade. Didn't you shade Cynthia? And Eva backpedals and pussy pops. Shout out to Alex for that one. She backpedals like, girl, it's on camera. And I mean, the shade wasn't that bad. It was lighthearted shade, but whatever. So we're gonna move on from there. My bizzle, y'all. I usually, typically, when it comes to recording my videos, I always pause everything that's in my room. Like if I'm watching something on TV, I usually pause it so that it does not distract me because I have a very, very short attention span. So I apologize for that. Charge it to the head, not to the heart. Just bear with me. So next we're gonna move over to Nene Leakes. So we are at Casa Leakes, and she and Greg are talking, and they're gonna have a chef come over, because Greg is doing the whole vegan thing, which I could never do vegan. I like cheese too much. Like I just couldn't be a vegan. I did the vegetarian thing. That was pretty cool. And I don't even know why I did the vegetarian thing. Because I guess I just did it just to see if I can do it. And I did it. I think I did it for at least a year. Then I went pescatarian. And I did that for about 6 months or so. And then I just went back to eating meat. Put it that way. I just went back to eating meat. So then, Nene is talking to Greg about this doctor's appointment he went to. And, Greg, he's talking about how at the doctor's appointment, they did a stress test on him. And they did some, they just did more stuff than Greg was expecting. And, Nene was like, well, you fussed at the doctor and you also fussed at me. And, I just really do feel bad for Nene. Because you can clearly see that Greg is snappy. Because then when the chef came, she was talking about food. She was talking about carrots, and Greg's like, I don't want carrots. I don't want broccoli. Because he's just thinking that stuff is what gave. I guess he's thinking that stuff gave him cancer. I don't really understand. But he was just snappy with her because she was writing down what he was saying, and he was just upset with her. And I'm like, but she's trying to I guess she's trying to get a feel for what you do not want, but I don't know. I like I said, I just feel bad for Nene because I know what that feels like. Because I have had family. I've had my grandfather had cancer. He passed away from it, and my grandmother had cancer and passed away from it. And I just know, because, oh my God, when my grandmother had cancer, she was a little snappy to us. Because when we tried to, and Greg is not at the stage that my grandmother was at, but, when we tried to feed her or give her medicine, she would snap. And I know she did not mean it. It was just, her body. But because one time she did kind of snap at me just a little bit. Because I was trying to feed her and I was trying to get her to take her medicine because my mama was trying to do it, and she told my mama no, and my mama, called me to do it, and she kind of just, let me have it, and I didn't internalize it because I knew that she just wasn't feeling it, and I told my mama that I'm like, she's not listening to me either. So what do you want me to do? Just trying to get her to eat it. I'm like, Mama, but she's not listening. What do you want me to do? She's telling me no, and she's pushing me away. Like, what do you want me to do? But like I said, I just feel bad for Nene because I've been in that situation before. So then we have Nene. She's having a celebration for Greg's birthday party. So we have all his kids there and her kid. We got Brent and that fuck up Bryson. Bryson. So, like I said, the chef there I guess they hired her to cook because she was there. And with the chef, the food that they had out there, it did look really good, but then again, it is vegan food. But you know what? I have a coworker, and she is a vegan. Her and her girlfriend, well, actually her and her fiance, I don't know when they're getting married, but her and her fiance, they are vegans. And, we have little potlucks every now and again. And a few months ago, they did just a straight vegan potluck dinner. And, somebody had a red velvet cake. And I asked her, I'm like, Trina, what did they put? Like, because she had got it from, it's a place here in, I think it's in Arlington that does vegan stuff. It's either in Arlington or it's over on my side of town of Dallas, like over here in Denton, Plano, well, not Plano, but like Denton or something like that. But I think it's more so toward Arlington and Grand Prairie. I think so. But long story short, it was a red velvet cake. God, that red velvet cake was so good. And it was vegan on top of that. Like, I don't know. And I asked them, like, what do they put in here to, give it its flavor? Because there's no eggs in here. There's no dairy. There's no nothing in here. What do they do to give it its taste, and how do they make it rise, like with no yeast and whatnot? But it was a really good red velvet, and it was actually a cupcake at that, but it was so good. Oh my God, it was good. So back to the show. Greg was talking about sorry y'all, my cousin is texting me. Greg is talking about how everything that he's been through, and how he wants to celebrate every day, every holiday, every birthday, which it is a wake up call, because once my mom had her aneurysm surgery, she just lived every day, thankful. She prayed over her food. She just enjoyed every day up until the end. We did see Greg. His sister was there, and she thanked Nene for taking care of her brother, and she asked Nene how she was holding up, and Nene's talking about she finally cracked. She tries to be strong for Greg and for Brent, but she cracked. And I get where Nene's coming from. You want to be strong for your loved ones, but you gotta you have to take care of yourself at the same time, because when you don't take care of yourself, they can sense and feel what you're feeling as well. Just like she can sense and feel what Greg is feeling. So it goes both ways. You guys both have to take care of yourselves, and figure out a balance, basically. And I know it's difficult and I know it's hard, but I think what it is for Nene is that she has to stop. She can't internalize what is going on with Greg, because Greg is sick, and he's upset, and I want her to just stop internalizing it, and making it all about, I'm not gonna say making it all about herself, but just stop internalizing what he does, because he's not directly doing it towards you. I don't know how to put it into words, but I'm just gonna kind of move on from here. All right, so next we got Cynthia. So we see Cynthia and Michael. They are going to meet some of the girls. So we see the girls. They meet up with each other first, and the girls include Candy. This is Candy, Eva, and Marlo of all people. I wonder why she chose Marlo and not Nene. That's interesting. Has Nene met Mark? What the fuck is his name, y'all? I think it's Mike. So, we got, like I said, those three girls, they meet up with each other and they're talking about Porsha. And, Candy's saying that she doesn't want to get caught up in the whole Dennis and Porsha shit, but you've been caught up in it since episode 1. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I get that you got your business, but you have also been caught up in the bullshit that is Porsha and Dennis. So, fuck what you said, Candy. Fuck what you said. So, Mike and Cynthia make it to where they're having lunch at. And, Cynthia tells them, this is the opportunity for them to get to know Mike. They can ask him whatever questions they want to ask him. And they have 3 minutes to do that in. I don't remember what Eva's questions were because I wasn't really 100% listening to Eva's questions. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I was not listening. But I was listening to Candy and Marlo's questions because I knew those two questions were going to be interesting as fuck. So Candy asked, Mike, what is his go-to position to fuck Cynthia? And I'm like, wow. That's where we're going. But okay, let's go. Let's go there. So he said what he said. Out. I didn't care. So then we got Marlo. Why we got Marlo? I figured out why we got Marlo. So Marlo asked him, what is his credit score? He said it's excellent. I'm like, bitch, you trying to steal his credit now? Like you want to go to jail for credit card fraud? For fraud, for identity theft? Yeah. Okay, Marlo. Then she asked him, was he paid to date Cynthia? I'm like, well, goddamn, you're gonna ask him was he paid to date Cynthia in front of Cynthia? Okay, Marlo, I see you. Then she asked him when was his last STD, but she had to clear that up and say, when was your last STD test? He didn't get to answer that question because the 3 minutes had ran out on him. But it was fun, and Mike is just as corny as Cynthia is. But you know what? Those two, for some odd reason, they work together. But whatever. All right, so now we got Shamari. So Shamari is, oh shit, excuse me, y'all. So Shamari, she goes out shopping with Candy, and we find out that Candy is planning this show about a dungeon, which is gonna be like a variety show. I guess she says, since Porsha and Phaedra wanted to bring up a sex dungeon, why not make money off of it? Why not capitalize on that bullshit? So what it is with the sex dungeon, with this variety play or whatever she's doing, it's going to exude sex. So I don't know if it's going to be like a brothel or whatever. I don't know. I hadn't really heard anything about it, oddly enough. Okay. So we found out that Shamari is in it. So I'm like, oh, okay. The girl that was in the open relationship. Perfect, right? That is right up our alley. So they trying on clothes, and Shamari comes out in this outfit, and Candace like with Ronnie like that. She says, what? That is a good question. Let us call him. And she calls Ronnie on face, and I'm like, Candy, why did you even mention Ronnie? Oh God. Oh my God. Speaking of Ronnie and Shamari, did anybody watch What Happens Live after the show last week on Bravo? Oh God. So Andy, before the show went off, because Andy and Bevy were talking about big dick energy. Who has big dick energy? And Andy cut off Ronnie before the broadcast went off. So when the after show started taping, Andy was like, you know what, Ronnie, I cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. And Ronnie was like, yeah, I just want to let y'all know that I got big dick energy. I'm like, oh sweet fucking Jesus, why? And then Shamari said, yeah, daddy, yeah, baby, you're going to get that to me when we get home, ain't you? I said, no, 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 no. Nobody wants to hear that. Please save it, please. Nobody wants to think about Ronnie and his non-eyebrows fucking Shamari. No. Oh God, no. Why? Why did Andy even give him the opportunity to say? I knew before, like I knew what they were talking about, big dick energy, and I knew what Ronnie wanted to say. And I'm like, Andy, please do not give Ronnie the opportunity to say what Ronnie wants to say, because nobody wants to hear what Ronnie has to say. But Shamari. Speaking of Shamari, she and Marlo, they went back and forth on Twitter this past week because there was a lot of questions geared toward the Housewives, and Shamari is good at throwing shade. I will say that she threw hella shade at fucking Marlo, but it was so fucking funny, man. Funny as hell. All right, so lastly we got Porsha. Bitch, we done dug up Dr. Sherry ass. Like, I ain't saw Dr. Sherry since. When was the last time I saw Dr. Sherry? It wasn't Braxton Family Values, was it? Because she's been on another reality show besides Braxton Family Values. I know she was on here, but maybe Braxton Family Value was the last time I saw Dr. Sherry. But who the fuck would go to Dr. Sherry? Dr. Sherry was never able to help the Braxtons. And that's saying a lot, because that family has a lot of fucked up issues. But Dr. Sherry was with them for years, and Dr. Sherry not once ever helped them make a breakthrough. The closest that they've gotten to a breakthrough has been I stuttered. The closest that family has gotten into a breakthrough was with Iyanla. Speaking of which, the Braxtons returned in March. Oh God, you know what? Much like last season, I had to tune out of the Braxtons. I think I'm gonna do the same with this season. I just don't think I'm gonna watch that show. I don't know, cause Tamar Braxton, she just drains me with her extraness, and I'm extra myself, but her extraness is just to the umpteenth power. So like I said, we dug Dr. Sherry up, and Portia's talking to Dr. Sherry. She's telling her, about her love life, how she and Dennis have been off and on for 6 months. But for the last month or so, they've been exclusive with each other. Is that what she said when they went to Destin? I can't remember. Somebody remind me exactly what she said. So then she tells Dr. Sherry that she's pregnant, and Dr. Sherry says congratulations. So then she tells her about the party with Candy, and how Sherry, Dennis's ex Sherry was there, no relation to Dr. Sherry. And she says that Dennis did show her a text between he and the girl, and they were texting with one another. And basically before Dennis, she had kind of given up on what she really wanted. And she was talking about her whole relationship with Cordell, which we all know about their relationship with Cordell. She was a trophy wife, basically, who tried to make excuses after excuses for the way Cordell treated her, and how he tried to control her and whatnot. So then later we see Porsha. She is talking with Dennis, and she's talking about the dinner from hell with Candy and the girls, and she's talking about how she talked to Dr. Sherry, and basically what it was when Porsha and Dennis, I guess, finally made a commitment to one another to be in a relationship with each other. They were supposed to cut off their exes, so she cut off her guys, but Dennis didn't cut this girl off, and Dennis was still texting her. And basically, Dennis he said, it was insignificant, basically trying to play it off as if it was nothing, which I get Portia's whole thing. If I cut off the people that I was talking to, why can we didn't cut her off? And again, like I said, I guess Dennis just really didn't see that, but eventually he does apologize to Porsha, but she still feel like he don't understand what she's saying. And then she was talking about her whole relationship with Cordell, which again, we know how that went. She made excuses after excuses for him. So, she just kind of doesn't want to do that again. She just wants to be happy. But that was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later for Marriage and Medicine Reunion Part 3, which this shit should have been over with last week. Like, oh, Bravo. A big fuck you to Bravo when it comes to Marriage and Medicine.